The Joe Rogan Experience.
So tell me more. I want to hear more about this mental training and what's involved with that. So you decided to do this after the Bilal fight?
Yeah. So
what you said you made like some decisions in that fight that you never had made before.
Yeah, I feel like I remember like you're in there and fighting's like being in a fight's the weirdest feeling ever. Like sometimes like you're super present and then sometimes you're not. Like I remember just being in that fight and with Kelvin for 15 minutes I was where my feet were. I was super present. Like I was locked in that entire time. When I fought Bilal, I remember like I was just thinking about other shit and then I'd come back to like the present and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like I'm in the middle of a fight. I just wasn't.
Like what kind of other shit?
I just wasn't present. Like I wasn't even like where. Like I just wasn't thinking about the fight. Like I just didn't want to be there.
That's so weird.
And I didn't. And I never felt like that before. So now I started working with this guy Brian Kane. He worked with GSP after GSP lost to Matt Serra. First fight. He started working with him, and then I started working with Brian. And it's just all about just being super present. Like not even just in fighting, but just in life. Like not worrying about what I got to do later or stupid shit like that. Just being in that moment and just focusing in on that because that's all you can control. I was so caught up in thinking about the future or what like happened the day before. Like if I had a bad day of training, like I let it bother me, and it just came out of the fight. But I just wasn't in the moment, and that's like now. Like I just try to be in the moment, in everything I'm doing, just super present, not thinking too far ahead, not thinking about the past, and that's something I used to get caught up in a lot. Just not being focused on. Like I was just so worried about my next session or my next this or like thinking about my fight, like things I can't control. Like I can't control that far, but all I can control is what I'm doing in this moment.
So what is it that you do?
So like we just have like drills. Like say if I'm sparring and if like something's not going my way, just like little like signals just to like bring myself back into what I'm doing. Like if a round doesn't go my way, like not getting too caught up on that and just knowing like I have another round and I can just get back into that and just having these like signal lights. Like it's called like red, yellow, green. So green, all systems go. You're having the best training session of your life. Yellow, you're starting to get in your head in a little bit. It's not working out. Like you're not getting off your shots, not getting off your takedowns. Red is like you're getting pieced up. Like your mind's going other places. Like you don't want to fucking be there anymore. And when you get in the red, you have to have like he works with baseball players. Say like you hit you're about to get struck out. The batter will step out of the box. They'll take off their gloves and they'll tap their shoulder or something, and it's just like a reset, and that's exactly what it is. So like if I'm having like a bad session, like obviously I'm not gonna fucking like tap my head or something like that, but it's just like talking to myself and just knowing like I'm all right, like you're good, like bring it back, like just
so how do you reset? Like is there a very specific
just
thing
talk
that you do?
I just talk to myself,
and like what do you say to yourself?
Just looking at myself. We have like our affirmations for my last fight were I control what I can control, and I trust my training. I'm aggressive and always moving forward. And then we'd have a funny one to make it not that serious. It was I'm confident, I'm cocky, I'm motherfucking Rocky. And it would just make you laugh. And before my fight with Kelvin, I'm fucking in the bathroom and I'm saying these affirmations, and then I would laugh because it's like it's not that serious, but like small little things like that just to bring it back and just be present. And I think that, and then I started working with another guy through my management company. His name's Brandon Epstein, and we would do visualize like the fights. So every week we'd meet on the call and we'd go from visualizing being in the locker room. Well, even before that, the most nervous I would get before a fight is like that shower at like 12 o'clock fight day. Like you get a shower and you know the car's coming to pick you up in like 2 hours. So we'd like close our eyes and we'd start in the shower. I'd shower, get changed. Car would pick you up. We're walking to the locker room. We're in the locker room. We're hitting pads. We're warming up, getting your hands wrapped, making that walk. And then like for 5, 10, 50, however long, I'd be just eyes closed, visualizing how I want the fight to go. Bad situations, good situations, and then eventually winning the fight and visualizing talking to you or talking to DC. And I would do these mental reps over and over and over again. whether sitting in the sauna, I would do it. Sitting in the cold tub, I would do it. I would have my affirmations so like timed up. If I was going in the cold for 3 minutes, I knew how many times I would have to say them, and then my 3 minutes would be up. And that's all in training camp, and I would just do that shit over and over and over again. And
that was something you'd never done before.
Never done before, because you would never I would never think about it. And then before you know it, you get there and you're like, fuck, like this. It feels brand new to you again, because you only fight a couple of times a year if you're lucky. But instead, I've seen these things a million times in my mind already. Like, yeah, physically I wasn't there, but mentally, like, I'm already in this locker room. I've already walked in the cage. I already made the walk. Like, they would make custom music for me that I would listen with. My walkout music, Kelvin's walkout music, crowd noise. And I would listen to it before sparring and when I'm shadow boxing and shit like that. Like, and I just like felt so prepared doing it. And I just never did anything like that before. And yeah, it's a fucking game changer.
Well, that's interesting, because they do say that visualization actually helps skill learning as much as training.
Yeah.
Like if you are training, but then also visualizing things and spending as much time, your training, your improvements will be compounded.
Oh, 100%. And like I'm blanking on a million other things we do, but like that's like the big ones, like just visualizing what you want to do, and not just the good, the bad too. Like, so I would think about like if I getting ready for Kelvin, everyone is like, I'm going to get knocked out, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that. So I would visualize getting fucking dropped and having to get back in, or getting rocked, or going for a takedown, getting stuffed, and having to recover from that and go and win the fight, because it's not always going to go your way.
Right.
So visualizing the bad, but still making it out with the good, which I didn't do with Bilal. Like, he rocked me in that moment and I was still there. Instead of just making that switch and be like, you're good, like go back, and just getting back to the fight, I just never could get back.
Is that partially attributable just also to getting hit? Like, because sometimes when guys get hit, they're out of it. Like, you've seen many guys that go back at the fourth round, and they don't know what round it is.
No, because I remember everything. I was definitely buzzed me, but like I remember just putting my hands up and I just couldn't throw them. I'm like, punch, and I heard the 10-second clap go off. I thought I was going to get saved by the bell and I was going to make it to the next round, and I never did.
Well, it's an interesting stoppage, because it was one of the rare UFC stoppages with the guy standing up.
Yeah.
It's very rare.
Yeah, I never, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't get dropped, and I remember everything. I remember hearing the clapper. My coaches were right behind me. I could hear my coach John screaming, "He's good, he's good, he's good," and he stopped it, which good on him. But I just couldn't. I couldn't do what I wanted to do. It was the weirdest
subjective,
feeling. Yeah,
like when a fight gets stopped and when it doesn't get stopped. And the thing that sucks the most is when a fight is stopped too late.
Yeah.
You mean, like,
for sure.
You know, the Jalen Turner, Bobby Green fight?
That was
Jesus
bad.
Christ.
That was bad.
That was so bad.
You were cage side for that, right?
Oh, my God. I was like, stop the fight. What is happening
I think
here?
It was like 20-something unanswered strikes or something like that.
That is so hard to watch.
Yeah. It was...
so unnecessary.
It was bad. But yeah, back to like the mental performance stuff. Like, it was just really just all came down to just me just being focused for 15 minutes. Because like you can be doing anything and just you're fucking driving, but you're looking off. Like, you're not
right.
in the moment, you know. And that's something like now I try to do in everything I do in my life. If I'm walking my dog, I'll leave my phone at home and just try to be present doing the thing you're doing at the time. Not where there's so much noise and other shit. And when I'm fighting, like, the only thing I'm fucking thinking about is fighting.